G'day guys, first thing to do today is to cut a bunch of mortises into the side rails of the side stiles of the front of the bedside tables that I'm making. So there's two side stiles with 4 rails between the drawers there. There's going to be a mortise here, here, here and here. So I've already got a 1/4 inch upcut spiral bit installed in my router here, and what I want to do is I want to get that level with the surface. Then I want to pull the fence over to get it somewhere, to get that cutter somewhere close to being centre. And without tightening them up too much, just leave them tight but not super tight. And where these two flutes of the router bit meet in the middle, that's the dead centre of that cutter. So I can use that with a mark down the middle of my board there. I can use that to bump the fence over to get it in the correct position. And so when I'm happy with that, I can then tighten up the clamps. Next, I want to install a little bit of masking tape along the front edge here, just in front of these two boards here, because I don't want this to sit down on top of the masking tape, otherwise it shifts it up and down like that. I just want it to be just in front. Then I can rotate the bit so that the 2 points are parallel with this fence here, as close as I can get it anyway. About there. Using a nice square edge, I can butt that up against the edge of the cutter there, and then just make a mark on this bit of masking tape that we put down. And do the same on the left hand side. Then I can lower the bit below the table. And on my master stick, I've already marked out where the tenons are going to be, or the mortise is going to be. And then lining up the front line of my mortise with the left hand line that we put on our masking tape there, I can then go and clamp a stop block to the end of my extra long fence nice and easily. So I would never rely on these quick grip clamps to do this sort of work. I'm going to get a bigger Bessie clamp and put it over the top. And we always check it after we clamp it. We are bang on the money. And then I'll do the same to the other side. Alright, so that gives us the start of the first mortise and the end of the last mortise. But there's 4 mortises here and they're only, I don't know, 20 mil long. So what I need to do is I need to put that on the start there and it moves forward 20 mil. And then I'm going to have a distance between that end and this stop here. So I'm just going to cut a block to suit that distance. And then I'll put it on the first one here, and I'll cut a block for that distance there, and then move that across this way, and then cut a block for that distance there. So whatever those distances are, I don't know what they are, so I'm going to measure them. That's better. That's much better. Better. good enough. So we can work with that. So we can lower in here, move him across, lower in there, move him across. Then I want to flip it around because that's not going to be dead center, absolutely bang on perfect center. But if I cut from both sides, it will be. So long as I'm close, I don't open up the mortise too much. And so now I have to do that process again for the two side frame and panels. But the only difference is that these stiles, they're going to be set in like that. And there'll be a mortise and tenon in here. And on the end of that will actually be a tenon as well. So the tenon will go into the legs and this tenon will just form the frame and panel. Then there'll be a groove in here and a floating panel inside there. Alright, that's it guys. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to call it quits for the day. Now I've got all of these tenons cut and the mortises cut. But what I forgot to do is I need to put the mortises into the legs as well to accept the tenons that I will cut onto the ends of these rails here. I was almost going to cut them, but then I realized that I don't have a hole to put them in. And you always got to dig a hole before you can fill the hole.